4 weeks back, I had a conversation with you. This conversation started after I've presented at Radio Botswana. We discussed emotional abuse. And later on, people wanted to get a bit of what we discussed. I thought it was important to share with you, and I shared with you emotional abuse. After that, there were so many people that I was dealing with who wanted to be helped, who wanted somebody to walk with them in the journey that they have embarked on, whether a good journey or a challenging journey. After reflection, I realized that so many of us are not in touch with ourselves. And I thought, maybe this is the time, this is the right time, this is the opportune moment to discuss who am I. We are preoccupied with becoming a better wife, a better husband, a better employee, a better parent. We are preoccupied with all these things around us, but we are never preoccupied with ourselves. We never forget everybody around us, but we forget ourselves. We get lost in the maze because of the things around us. We don't give ourselves the opportunity to be with ourselves. And today, I'm asking you, as you are watching this video, a simple question. Who are you? I'm asking a simple question that most of the time when I ask this question, people take it for granted. But when they confront the self, they come back and say, I'm lost. I'm lost. I don't know. This little person was me, and I don't know what happened to that person, because now I don't know. I can't locate myself in everything that is happening around me. As you are home, as you are with your family, I want you to take yourself out of everything and confront the self. Look the self in the eye and ask yourself, who's this person? As I was reflecting before this video, it brought the journey that I went through as a young man. It reminded me in 2012, I was nominated to go and do the training on the wilderness therapy by Ark and Mark. Reluctantly, I agreed to go. Reluctantly. I was not interested in going. But I decided to go. First night, I got lost because I was not interested, but finally I got to the place. First day was fine, it was logical. Second day was logical, was things that I knew before, it was things that I was taught at school, so it was fine. The fourth, fifth day, we were now doing a topic on breaking the hard shell of pain. As the moderator was going through that, when the moderator wanted us to be in touch now with the self, as the moderator now was not being theoretical, but now was practical, making us to go deeper into ourselves, I was confronted with this young boy, 14 years, losing a mother, not mourning the mother, not crying because that was a sign of weakness. I saw this boy, this young man moving from his home village, going to the city, getting into the life of the city. I saw these young men going to seminary at 16 years. I saw this young man heartbroken at 18 because he was expecting a lot from the world and the world was not giving anything to him. His friend and pursuing the person that he wanted to pursue. That broke his heart so much that he tried to commit suicide. After the failure of suicide, this young boy at 18 started smoking to ease the pain, because it was too much. This young boy was thinking of rejection. This young boy was thinking of betrayal. This young boy was thinking the world is brutal. Those that you trust, those that are around you are the ones who are going to hate you more. I saw this young boy withdrawing, isolating himself. This young boy failing Form 5. I saw this boy going to Tirolos Chaba because it was the thing. This young boy at 19, he's with himself. He makes a decision that I truly want to follow a priestly vocation. This young man started the journey going to Lesotho to go and try to find himself. This young boy at 20, he's embarked on a journey. This young boy started his journey at 20, and at 22, the journey stopped. He comes back from Pretoria, coming back home, disappointed, shattered, and believing that the world doesn't want him, believing that nobody will ever help him. He engages in alcohol. He drinks a lot. Accidents after accidents. I got confronted with this young man now who decides to go to university at 24, misses his first examination, making a decision that I want to change my life. I want to be a better person, tries his level best, finishes his degree. I see this young person who works as a social worker in a certain village, who has a label with his friends because they are always out on a weekend, and when they are out, they have fun. The reflection brought this young man, and I see this young man working and being this boy who wants to make a difference, but he doesn't know how. He meets new friends who are changing his perspective and telling him and guiding him on how to become a better person. This young man is now confronting himself. At 32, he's confronting himself. He breaks down for the first time in his life. He cries for the loss of the mother at 14, that is 18 years back. He cries for the sister, for the cousin that he lost 5 years. The anger, the bitterness, the grief is too much for him to handle. He breaks down for the first time, but he enjoys. He thoroughly enjoyed that breakdown because it broke the hard shell of pain. It broke that person that has been there who was not him. He's now open, emotional, and now he's starting to attach to people because he could not make any relationship work because he did not trust people. But now he has broken that barrier that made him not himself. that made him to believe that pain is everything to him. I see this young person who is now coming out of the shell and saying, I am a different person and I shall walk differently. Mind you, this young man was talking about self-discovery for 2 or more years, was a social worker for 4 years. But for the first time, he confronted himself and he became a better person. And his ways changed. His life changed. And he started seeing things differently. And as you are watching this video, I'm telling you, I am that young person. I am the person who confronted himself at 32 after teaching self-discovery for so many years. But it was more rhetoric. It was not personal. I did not make it mean anything to me, but rather it was meant for other people. So this time around in 2012, I sat with myself and I asked myself, who am I? Am I the person that I think I am? Or am I this person that is deeper? That journey has started in 2012. And as we are speaking today, I'm telling you that self-discovery is not an event. It's a journey where you discover different layers in your life. And you look at these layers in your life and you are saying to yourself, I need to take out some layers from myself, replace them with new layers, build new memories, reinforce positive layers that have been there in my life. I'm saying to you today that when you are removing those layers, you need to learn from the experience that was brought by those layers. I want to challenge you today and ask you, who are you? When you look at the core of the self, who do you say you are? When everything else is taken away from you and you are left with yourself, you are looking straight into the core of the self in the mirror. Who are you? Do you truly know who you are, or you are living other people's lives? This is the time to ask yourself, who am I? At the core of the self, at the inner, deep self, who do you say you are? You need to start the journey of self-discovery. You need to find your values. That is the first thing. You need to find your values. You need to be guided by standards and ethics in your life. When you say, I am a loving person, you are not supposed to tell us, but you need to be the embodiment of that love. When you are saying you are kind, you need to be the embodiment of kindness. Set your standards. Find your standards. It is highly imperative that you know your values. You need to know your value system. You need to have principles in life that you live according to them, so that you cannot be taken by the wind. Every wind that is coming is taking you. But when you have principles, when you have guidance, when you have ethics, you will survive. You need to know your strength. These are your God-given abilities that are there in you. Find them. You need to find them. You need to know your strength. You need to be able to love, to be loved, and to appreciate. The strongest strength, or the biggest strength that you can have, is being able to love and being loved and being able to appreciate. If you cannot be loved, if you cannot love, you don't have the emotional strength. You need that emotional strength in your journey. You need to know your passion. The vavavoom in you This thing that makes you not to sleep at night. When you are thinking of doing it, everything comes. The energy. What makes you not to sleep but happy? You need to find your passion. You need to know what you are passionate about. Know your tendencies. We all have tendencies. Habits. Those are habits. The negative ones and the positive ones. Reinforce those positive ones and work hard to change the negative ones. Acknowledge your limitations. When you are acknowledging your limitations, you are not saying, I am not good at this thing and it ends there. You are acknowledging your limitations so that you may work on them. Your limitations, your challenges, you need to know and work on those. You need to have goals. You need to have goals. And every time when I'm thinking of goals, I'm thinking of goals should be attainable. Who measures attainability of a goal? I believe you are the only person who measures whether your goal is attainable or not. Think about it. When Alexandra Bell talked about a telephone, they said, when America was thinking of going to the moon, they said, we don't even have intercontinental flights. When Mark Zuckerberg wanted to connect people socially, they thought, this guy. But all these people attained that. So attainability, it's your own capability and ability. So nobody should tell you that you cannot attain whatever you've set yourself to attain. Start the journey. Destination. Where are you heading? So when you start the journey, you need to have a destination. You started with your values. You went into your strengths. You went into your tendencies. You went into your passions. You went into your limitations. You went into your goals. And now you are saying, I know this person. And I want to take this person that I know somewhere. What is important is not arriving, but the journey. Enjoy the journey, because you might not arrive, but rather enjoy the journey. Self-discovery is not an event. Self-discovery, it's a journey. And this journey that you are embarking in, or you are embarking on, is going to be challenging. There are going to be potholes. There are going to be harms. There are going to be darkness. There's going to be rain. There's going to be all these things that you can think of, because your past might not be as smooth as you think. So you need to confront all that so that you become the best version of yourself. And you should always remember, cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. You are a product of your thinking. If you are thinking of confronting the self now, you will do it. And per aspera ad astra. Through difficulties to the stars, you are going to arrive as long as you put your heart there. Unreflected life is not worth living. Let's start reflecting as we embark in a journey of self-discovery. We will meet next time.